Sitting here with Mike Dineen, live from the SHOT Show, who works with Streamlight. And man, last day of the SHOT Show, man, how's it been?
It's been great.
Right on.
Busy week. And, you know, when I first came into this business, I wasn't the biggest fan of having the biggest show of the year right at the beginning of the year. But I've become a big fan because it gets us focused through the fall and get here with some new products, and it's been a good week.
That's awesome. And just so you know, your friend Tammy is saying, she asked me, said, man, what are we going to talk about? I said, we probably just going to end up singing karaoke. She said, don't tell Mike that. I said, we'll probably end up doing some Tom Petty. He said, he loves Tom Petty. So, yeah,
absolutely.
Luckily, we're not doing that. We'd run everybody off live. But, hey, that's the thing about Vegas. We all been known to run out there.
Absolutely.
A lot of my buddies going to Gillies at night and singing karaoke and acting a fool. So there's a little bit of fun to be had sometimes.
I am still a big Tom Petty fan. My favorite thing about Tom Petty is I have two sons, and they got to see Tom Petty right before he passed away.
Are you serious?
They got to see him live. And
did they say he killed it?
He killed it. Always did. His band, you know, just the best.
They were unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You know, you know you're an iconic band when there's every state has a Tom Petty tribute band, and you'll have literally people that look just like Tom, and even sing like him, but they're still not Tom Petty.
But
that's cool. But
Great
what
memories.
all's going on, man? Streamlight, you guys have been around forever. And always known for quality lights and good stuff. And I was telling you just before we sat down, like, I remember first ones I bought. I remember Jackie Bushman was always using those Streamlight back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jackie, so we had our 50th anniversary last year.
Wow.
So we've been going at it for 50 years, still family-owned business. And, you know, family's very, very dedicated. We have 350 employees in Pennsylvania, trying to do everything we can to keep it going through the years and get another 50 years under our belt. So a lot going on the product side the last couple of years. So there's a lot of changes with technologies in LED, in batteries, just a lot going on the supply chain side of our business. So, you know, we've got a whole team that, you know, needs to travel the world to keep things going.
Right.
And landing here at SHOT Show, the theme of the show this year really is Candela. Right, so there's two sides to light. There's lumens and candela, and going way back. I mean, we've always been the candle power guys. So candela is downrange light. Lumens is just total light, room clearing light, police vehicle, something like that.
I never really knew that. That's two different.
Yeah, so Candela is making a comeback because you think of now these light bars on police vehicles and fire vehicles. These light bars are just over the top with the strobing and that kind of thing. So you think of driving in the evening at dusk and maybe it's raining a little bit, you can't see past those emergency response vehicles.
Right.
So what Candela will do is it'll punch through that barrier so that the law enforcement officers, the firefighters, they can see past that light and do their job a little bit better.
So it basically is kind of like the parting of the sea, so to speak.
Exactly, yeah. It's called a photonic barrier. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
You've got to punch through it.
So probably a lot of that Candela probably is where Streamlight comes from. It's a streaming light.
Absolutely. Yeah,
wow.
we were early on, we were really focused on being those downrange guys with the light. Everyone can do lumens.
Yeah,
you know, that's just the total output right here.
Kind
but can you do it, you know, 50 meters downrange?
Yes.
Right? But yeah, it's interesting. When I came into the business, I mean, tactical light 16 years ago was 80 lumens.
Yeah.
I think now we're selling handhelds at 2,000 lumens and more.
Wow.
So the business has come a long way. Yeah.
That is crazy. You know, it's funny. You learn something every day, and that's exactly why we want to have different people talking about their products and just getting to meet a lot of some of the heads and different people that represent these brands. All the years that I've purchased and owned Streamlight, I never realized, you know, I just knew there was good, dependable lights. But from the standpoint of you know, obviously, definitely downrange, whether you're trying to check your yard at night for predators or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're right. Now you see all these different lights, and they're talking about the lumens and different things. I never knew the difference and to realize, you know, what you was getting into from the spot versus just lighting the room. You know.
Yeah, and everyone has different needs. You know, when we're setting up, you know, early in the morning, go on a hunt, you know, you don't really need that downrange light. You need light just to get set up, arm's length light.
Right.
Right, and you don't need it to be too bright. You just need to be able to do what you got to do right here. Yeah. But then, you know, when you get out there, you want some downrange light, you know, so you get your way through the woods. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest challenges? Because technology changes everything. Obviously, you know, from the especially in the lighting industry. I would imagine that's a tough thing to keep up with and chase down.
Yeah, technology's tough. I mean, you know, we have a team of engineers back in Pennsylvania that do a really nice job keeping up with technology and keeping us ahead of the one step ahead of the competition. And I think the greatest challenge in our business the last 10 years has been balancing, you know, all this great local distribution that we have here, the local dealers, you know, that are bringing that brand, you know, to our ultimate customers, you know, and all those folks having to deal with this crazy e-commerce world.
Right.
You know, and that's what we lose sleep about is that balance in our business and making sure those local folks are getting the business. And it's a real challenge with the internet out there nowadays.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. I imagine even the way you do business as far as trying to figure out how to give the dealers an opportunity, especially those brick and mortar dealers, how they can have an opportunity to move product that supports their family versus
Absolutely.
you seeing now. And two, you know, the other thing is too, you seeing a lot of these lights that you can come in, and they're definitely not of the same quality or caliber, but you know, they'd be just a little or nothing, but what's that old saying, you get what you pay for, you know?
Yeah, and you can, with all the opportunity now in digital marketing and all the platforms you can sell on, you can get instant brand recognition and instant distribution nowadays.
Right.
So you got to work hard at it, being a local dealer nowadays. And so a lot of what we do here at SHOT Show is making sure we're meeting with all those local dealers and making sure we're getting the product to them at the right price so they can make a buck.
Give them something that's kind of more exclusive, this quality, that when people come in, they say, oh, okay, this is a Streamlight place where you can go look and see
make
the
sure
assortment.
People are coming into their shop asking for Streamlight.
Right.
Right, and that's what we're trying to do.
Very nice, man.
Yeah.
And y'all been in business a long time. You said 50 years.
50 years, 1973.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a little over a year ago. We had our 50th anniversary, and same family owns it, and you know, let a group of us run it for them, and it's a really good formula. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're you know, maybe 45 minutes outside of downtown Philadelphia.
Okay.
So we've got a real nice workforce. We, believe it or not, have a lot of third generation folks coming in and working for us now in the factory, and it's even when you get to 350 folks, you can still maintain a family atmosphere. We really try to work hard at that.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine y'all got a lot of employees pretty fired up about the Philadelphia Eagles right now.
You bet. Sunday's a big day.
Dude, that is a big day. Funny story about Philadelphia. You know, I grew up in Georgia, so I'm Atlanta Falcons fans, which, by the way, is very hard to be an Atlanta Falcons fan. They let us down a lot. But I went into Philadelphia. I was actually deer hunting right in Bucks County. We was hunting these subdivisions.
That's where I live, yeah.
No way, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful area. And we was hunting in some of those backyards of where they was having nuisance aggravation and these, you know, deer eating all the shrubbery and all the landscape. And so anyway, I went in there. Of course, I got to get me a Philly cheesesteak. So I go in there and I had a Atlanta Falcons hat on. So everybody's going like, "What's up, man?" You know, like, "Man, give me your whatever the house Philly cheesesteak, man. I got to get one. I'm from Georgia." And they said, "We see that." I'm like, "How you know I'm from Georgia?" The accent. They say, "Atlanta Falcons hat. You got to take that off, or we're gonna serve you a Philly cheesesteak." We got to laugh. And I was like, "No way, dude." I said, "You ain't got to worry about Atlanta Falcons." I said, "Man, when we beating y'all? We ain't beating y'all."
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, dude. So out of respect, I did take it off, and they gave me a extra half of a Philly cheesesteak. Of course, I was just like a glutton, ate it. So a cool city, man. And two, obviously, man, we went even run up the steps for Rocky.
Absolutely.
Oh, we had to do that.
Yeah.
Had to do that, dude.
That's fun.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So getting back to the lights. So Mike, is there a lot of are you seeing that most of what the consumers are wanting, is it more rechargeable now than batteries, or is it a little mix?
It's still a mix, but the trend is towards rechargeability.
I got you.
You think about our lives with the smartphones, and you know, everyone's got the drawer at home with the cords. You know, the recharging cords, and so all of our lights now, as they're going through the development process, we are focused on multi-fuel.
I got you.
So that's really what folks want, is they want that rechargeability because it'll save a buck over time. But when that rechargeable battery goes down, they want to be able to drop an alkaline in.
That makes, yes, I was going to ask that. So y'all have that availability right now.
Yeah. We call it multi-fuel. And most of the new lights we come out with now, even a weapon mount series of lights, are multi-fuel. Okay. So you can drop in a rechargeable SLB9 battery, or you can drop in a CR123. You know, either or that you can go down to the grocery store and get. So
that would have to be really big in the military. It's one thing to be tracking a deer at night, and you lose your rechargeable battery.
Yeah.
You know, most times somebody, maybe they have an extra light, or maybe they got two lights. But if you're out there on a mission, and you got to kick down a door, you know, in this bust or whatever it happens, you got to have a light. It could be a couple hours. You got to have something. If that light goes out, you got to go back immediately. So
Absolutely, yeah.
So y'all having to make sure y'all ready for that too.
Yeah, and Streamlight really was founded on rechargeability. I mean, our first product, the Streamlight 1 million, it was called. It was candle powered downrange light, but rechargeable for law enforcement.
Right.
Right. And so you think about in our markets, going through alkaline batteries on these flashlights, not good for the taxpayer. Right. That's the whole idea. So rechargeability is kind of in everything that we do from the beginning in law enforcement, fire service, military, and now more and more in the commercial space that we serve.
And right now, Streamlight, is y'all's main focus mostly handhelds, or do y'all have a little bit of everything out there?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So our catalog's probably 150 pages deep now. So think of the categories. Handheld, certainly a big part of it, but in the last 10 years, weapon mount lights.
Okay.
Handheld, long gun, compact, subcompact. We've really put a lot of focus on product development in that area, because when you have a broad product line like Streamlight, that's good for the distribution, right? Because you think of some of our customers, one-stop shop at Streamlight. I could do my handhelds, I could do my headlamps, and I could do my weapon-mounted lights.
Yeah.
And we're a nice one-stop shop for distribution.
I'm seeing a lot more of the Streamlight. I mean, y'all had that market pretty solid for a long time, locked in on a lot of the military, kind of the special ops type of stuff, your military, your policemen and women. And I've always thought the best marketing or the best brand you can get is when military guys are using it, policemen and women, because that's, I mean, what we do, I mean, there's times where we're out hunting in Alaska, and it can be life and death. But for the most part, it's, you know, somebody like you and I, we're going hunting, and we're going to track, you know, need a good light, track a deer, maybe some type of aluminum to get us into a blind where we, you know, maybe don't step on a snake or something. But it's typically not life or death. But when I see a product like Streamlight, and they're on a first responder's gun, and they're having to go on a very dangerous drug bust, or maybe they're having to go through a back alley, and they're trusting it, I'm like, okay, if they've got it on their gun for that, I can certainly trust this.
Absolutely.
You know, on in my hand, just trying to track a whitetail buck.
Absolutely. If you're able to gain that trust of those professionals, it's gonna work for you in the commercial space. You know, use what that firefighter uses, what that policeman uses. You know, I have a son in law enforcement, and you know, those tools need to work when they need them.
They have to work.
You know?
Yeah, that's right.
And so we put a lot of focus on quality and making sure we're doing things right.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, congratulations on all your success, Mike, and thank you for coming and talk with us a little bit and kind of give us the rundown of where Streamlight's going, where it's been, and where it's going to maintain. It seems like the #1 leader in lighting sources. Wherever you want to go track a deer, or if you have to get into a skirmish and overseas somewhere, Streamlight, you can trust it, right?
Appreciate it. Nice to be in person.
Thank you, man. You too, brother.
Yeah.